All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Tonight we got a special broadcast. We are doing our election watch night. Me and J Mo representing, holding it down for Let's Talk About It. Uh J Mo, like dog, right now, I'm nervous as hell. Ain't even gonna lie.
Oh yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Same here, man. It's about to be like, let me go up in the safe, get this passport, and find some, some citizen paperwork somewhere else.
Somebody gonna have to get me some citizenship somewhere. I don't know, Uganda or some shit. I don't know. Somewhere.
Man,
Oh Lord
yeah, this is
Jesus.
this is
The
real spooky right
offense,
about now.
the offense. We need Kamala to pull through. We need those other states to chime in and get it together, and so we can do some things, y'all. We are going live. We got CBS News here on the right side, and of course, me and JMO is going to be commentating throughout the night or whatnot, as long as we can until we get sleepy. But right now, hmm, let's see where they at. Trump got 210 electoral votes and Kamala got 113 so far. And we got a couple of different things. JMO got his computer and he looking at CNN over there. I'm on Google election map, the result here, so I can pinpoint several of the key swing states and see where they're at. Right now, it's looked like Michigan is currently leaning red. Are you serious? With 27% reporting, Trump is at 50.9, while Kamala is at 47.3. Hmm. I hope everybody got out and voted.
Yeah, and I'm hearing that's
Seriously.
and I'm hearing and I'm hearing that's Wayne County. From what I was seeing, I seen that's a Wayne County.
And I'm looking at it
I
right
would
now.
expect
Yeah.
Oakland and Macomb, but
Let me see if I can drill down into it. See if it'll pull up for Wayne County. Right now, Wayne County is in the red, going for Trump right now. So Trump is actually leading in the Wayne County. Obviously, it's early voting. Um,
oh
there's
yeah,
a lot of
absolutely.
outstanding votes. I'm trying to pull it up, J-Mo. I got to look at the state. Let me see how I can do this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me tell you what happened today. So today I was doing DJs at the poll. I had an amazing time, J-Mo. I was out there at the poll at 7:30 a.m. and I did two different locations. I did one location twice. So I was in Ecorse, Michigan twice, and then I did one of the polls in Lincoln Park, which was amazing. I was able to crank that music up. People was dancing. Of course, I ain't playing no cussing music. It was all old school music. They
Right.
absolutely loved it. Oh
Oh,
my
that's what's up, man.
God,
Yeah, I
man!
saw
I
a
had
few people. I've seen a few people. I'm glad that Michigan was one of the only states that did the DJs to the poll. I saw a couple of people know who DJ out of state. I was seeing them
mhm.
at election sites DJing there. That was a good thing to see, though.
It was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm trying to get this interactive map to work. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I really don't. Let's see. Let's go by state. Let's go to Michigan. Here we go.
But I'm glad yours is more updated than mine because mine is saying from CNN.
Oh, it looked like
Uh,
it flipped. Detroit right now. It did flip. Now it's over to Kamala Harris. She's at 86.3% with Trump at 12.4. She has 135,000 votes to his 19. Okay. This may not, what is this? Updated at 11:01 with 19% reporting. Okay. All right. All right. That's better.
yeah, and I kept saying, I'm saying to myself, this is going to be like the last one. We're not going to really have a clear. I don't think we're going to have a clear winner to at least about a couple of days.
I don't think
Because
so either.
I think both sides is going to demand recounts, and then you still got the early registrate. You had the early vote. You still have the absentee. You
Right.
still got
Right.
to count every. You can still got to count all of those. So
I mean, what my take on from what I've read about the The recounts, like some states have a threshold that it has to be below that threshold in order for it to get a automatic recount. If not,
Okay.
then the actual campaign will have to pay for that recount themselves. And from what I
Oh wow.
heard,
Okay.
both of them is losing out on some money. So I don't know
Mm,
how this gonna work out.
yeah, man. We're just hoping that by the time we wake up, man, we have something. We have something finalized.
I'm hoping that we have a lot finalized tonight before we go to bed, though, for real, low key.
Yeah, low key. Yeah. I mean, but right now, I need Georgia. Like y'all
All right, let me
get
see
on
where
out of
Georgia is at.
get out of Magic City. Well, it's too late now, but y'all should
No,
hit
they
them.
still there.
Y'all should have. They should have hit the polls before they went to Magic City
Magic
or the
City,
hookah lounge.
they don't never close. But they projected that Donald Trump is the winner of Georgia at 51%, with Kamala 48.2. They got 91% estimated reporting. He has about 2.4 million voters to Kamala 2.3. So Donald Trump did carry Georgia, unfortunately. I mean, they knew that he was going to get that anyway. It's like one of
Yeah,
those toss-ups, whatnot. But at least he did get his 11,000 and something votes more, unfortunately. So congratulations,
unfortunately.
Georgia,
11,000 and
for
something votes more, unfortunately.
voting for Donald Trump. There you go. There you go. You got what you wanted.
Gonna have to boycott Atlanta now.
Okay. Definitely boycott Atlanta. I won't be going back down there. Let me see what's going on. I'm trying to reset this live forecasting results. Let me see where we at. This is a lot going on. Let's see what they're talking about, J-Mo. Let me go ahead and turn the audio on. Give me 1 second.
All right.
And that doesn't necessarily tell a strong story for just numbers in critical Dane County. This is a place where Democrats traditionally really run up a lot of votes. Now, again, this is not all in, but that tracking number plus just slightly lower turnout, perhaps, that's not enough of a margin.
And let's walk through the needs and our projections currently.
You got it. Okay, so there's your needs, right? Needs 51% of the estimate. That's not that hard.
Come
to
on,
do,
Wisconsin.
Okay? So the trouble is, given what I just showed you in those key Democratic counties, right now she's tracking it, getting 44% of the outstanding vote. So again, still a lot of votes to come.
Well, they're a little
some
behind
uncertainty
because
here,
right now
but
she got
not immediately on
48.2
track.
to
And
Donald
because we
Trump
only have 61% of the vote in
50.2%
statewide,
of the
that's why we
votes
have not
with
many designation
61%
in this race. It
estimated
is still a
reporting.
toss-up based on our estimates, but these are the trend lines at this hour.
All right, thank you so much. I want to go. We're going to dive into the exit poll numbers in Wisconsin.
Oh Lord! Did everybody vote?
Because we'll know what's going on in
Everybody
Wisconsin.
that's that done
dash into
chimed in or
Wisconsin,
tuned
just
in
two
into
little
this
pieces. One,
broadcast.
let's look at the
Did y'all
union
go out and
household
vote?
vote in
Because I need to
Wisconsin.
make sure.
Kamala
Everybody in the
Harris
house
is
is saying,
up
let me know if you went out and
50 to
cast your votes.
49. It's basically 50-50, actually, in what you're about to see on your screen. So it's even, flat among union households in Wisconsin. Biden won that group by 19 in 2020. So that's
This is the working class vote.
This is the working class vote. This is the connections longstanding to Joe Biden's advocacy for the unions that helped him in 2020. But here in Wisconsin, if Wisconsin is not going well for the vice president, that could be one reason why. Now, one reason it could be going well, just to remind from something we talked about earlier, that she is winning with seniors by 17 points. Biden
Well, that's a
only won
good
with
thing.
seniors
She's
by
winning
6
with
points.
the seniors.
So, as we watch where each coalition is built, Kamala Harris is not doing well with union voters in Wisconsin, but she's doing better with senior voters than
I always wonder why she couldn't pull those union workers like that. What's the problem?
Ed O'Keefe is there with Maurice Dubois. So let's play that scenario out, because if Georgia goes red and Wisconsin goes red,
Jesus.
does Kamala Harris have a path to victory?
She does not, because she's not going to get the entire Sun Belt.
Yeah, so Nora, I want to show you something. This is the briefing book that we all got, right? And right in the beginning of it, there are 21 different ways that Democrats can get to 270 plus, okay? 21 different options for our political unit. If you go through now and cross out all the Georgia and Wisconsin options, she's down to very few. So this is where we are right now, right?
Yes, we are. We
I
have.
just want to point out that Margaret Brennan has already done that over here.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
going on.
Hey, at least the guys are asking for directions and using the map, right? So let's use
Which
the
way
map.
is up?
All right.
But Donald Trump ahead at the moment, 211 to 145. So let's go to our
This
hypothetical
is crazy.
map and see these paths to victory, right?
So let's
So
make
if Georgia does go red,
and make Wisconsin red.
Wisconsin goes red as well.
So now here's how she could get to 270. She would get
Got to
Pennsylvania.
hold on to Pennsylvania.
She
J-Mo,
would get
what we
North
gonna do,
Carolina,
man?
And give her Arizona.
Got to take Arizona as
Okay.
well.
That's one way she can do it. The other way, if I'm looking at this correctly, North Carolina. We're going to make that red.
Okay.
North Carolina,
That narrow state.
Michigan,
And the,
Arizona, and Nevada.
right.
There aren't many options at this point.
Right.
Okay. The other one would be Pennsylvania, Michigan.
Let me see where she's at
Arizona.
in
We did
Pennsylvania right
North
now.
Carolina, Arizona.
Those
would
two.
be the
Right.
other.
I think she's winning.
Okay.
Last time I
Yeah.
checked, she was winning Pennsylvania.
And that gets us. That gets
So
us
as of
that gets the
11:09
map,
with
that gets the
70%
entire country to 287,
reporting,
251. So
Donald Trump is
there's
in the lead.
ways it could happen if Wisconsin and Georgia.
Oh wow, Trump is in
You
it.
made
Wow.
it very
Okay.
clear. Let me bring in Robert
Right
Costa, who
now.
has some new reporting real quick. Thank you.
Real quick, it's really interesting to imagine all the different scenarios, but I've been talking with my top Democratic sources close to the Harris campaign. They say Jen O'Malley Dillon, who's running the Harris campaign, now believes the blue wall is the path to victory. She sent out a memo stating that.
Okay.
And that's going around the top Democrats in Congress. Some of the top Democrats in Congress privately within recent minutes have told CBS News that they believe the blue wall is the way she gets to the White House. She must win, they believe, those 3 states. I just spoke to a source close to Speaker Pelosi. When I sat down with President Biden in August, he only name-checked one Democrat, Speaker Pelosi, the former speaker, for nudging him out of the race. A source close to her says she's watching everything. She's, quote, still optimistic.
Okay,
Still
that's
optimistic,
good.
perhaps one of the most powerful Democrats. That's her phrase based on a source close to her watching the returns.
But Bob, it's interesting. They say she must win, but do they think she can win? There's such a big difference there.
Gail always got something to say. Sit down
But it comes
somewhere.
down to the
Shit.
turnout, Gail. It's
Yeah.
cities and labor. Cities, labor, and they got to eat into the Republican vote in the suburbs. They're
Although
still
we all was
optimistic
thinking
from
that, but
Pelosi and
dang,
others that she can do it.
why she
but
got
they
to just
see a
put it on out
narrowing
there like
path,
that?
but
Right.
it's still viable path. But there's a
Let
lot
me
of Democrats
refresh
to
my
be clear,
interactive
on
map.
edge
See
right
where
now.
we at
Yeah,
with
so there's a
Michigan.
lot of things that we can see with the data and our reporting, but it's strategists with close contacts that know about the ground game, like CBS News political contributor Joel Payne and political contributor
Kamala is
Leslie
still ahead
Sanchez.
in
Wanna
Michigan.
bring
Well,
you into
it
that
flipped.
conversation.
Kamala's
Joel,
now
what
at
are you hearing within
51.1%. Donald Trump
Democratic
is at
Party ranks this hour?
47.1%.
I'm hearing similar to the reporting that was just shared.
Well, just on
Look, that
well,
path to 270 is narrow. I
well,
thought it was
just
narrow
on the
coming into
CBS,
the
it said
evening. I've said
Kamala
that
at 58.
Harris was a low
They said she
ceiling,
got
high
58.
floor
Well,
candidate
that's even
coming
better.
into this race.
Shout out to
I think
Alyssa
that holds
Slotkin.
true. I
She
think
is beating
Jen O'Malley
Mike
Dillon's memo is correct that it seems like the blue wall is the path. And I will say this, I think Democrats are kind of coming to grips with a stubborn reality that some of the bets that were made in this cycle may just not pay off. That doesn't mean Kamala Harris will lose, but it does mean that some of the bets maybe around abortion and some of the bets around Donald Trump maybe receding in public regard just did not come to fruition. There is still a path despite all that. And I remember in 2020, many Democrats around this time of night felt maybe similar to looking at the map right now, the same way that they felt 4 years ago, the same way they feel now. And that race was able to be pulled through. But I think Ed's point is right. I think there are narrow paths to victory. And I think Democrats are bearing down for what could be an extended process here when you
this is going to take some days,
looking at Nevada, seeing what
if
happens
not weeks,
with those
for us to
votes,
really
ballot curing,
figure
I
out who
think, will
won
be
what.
a
Because
really
this
key
about to be a
issue.
hot mess.
And you even look at that Reid machine
Absolutely.
in Nevada that many Democrats rely upon to deliver key votes in that culinary workers union. Those will be the places where Democrats will look if they plan on delivering an electoral college victory here.
Yeah, I mean, as I look at the map and the path to victory, if she cannot win Wisconsin, in other words, if there's a piercing of that
Please,
blue wall,
hopefully
have to win
that the
Arizona.
Wisconsin,
And so that's really what it would come
Wisconsin
down to
people
at this point.
voted
Nevada's
for
still too
Kamala.
small.
Come
at
on,
6
y'all got to pull
EVs.
through. Got to pull
She need
through.
Arizona, and I have to go back to the magic wall or the data desk and
For
figure
those
out
of you that's
what's
just
happening
tuning in,
Arizona, 'cause I
me
don't
and
have a good
J-Mo,
sense
we are
yet
going
what's
live.
happening in
This is our
Arizona.
election watch
Major
night here.
Major and
We'll
Anthony,
stay
we'll
up
go
for
to them in
about
just a
another
second. But
hour
let me
or
touch
so.
base with CBS News
Just kind of
political
seeing
analyst
where
Leslie Sanchez
everything
because she is with
stands
us. And
Kamala
Leslie,
Harris
I know
and,
you've been with us for most
Donald
of this
Trump.
conversation. We heard
And
Cecilia's
let me see what
reporting
the
and
national
more about
vote
the
is at right
Hispanic
now.
vote. What are you hearing?
I'm hearing that the Democrats are cratering their support among Latino voters, and it's across the board. It starts in Texas. You look at the Rio Grande Valley, you're seeing stronger support leaning toward Trump along those border counties than he did, performing better than he did in 2020. And I expect that to move into the Sun Belt, into Nevada, where you have the culinary unions, into Arizona, where you have a lot of working class, middle class Latino voters. I expect that to tip toward Trump as well because of this growing middle class. They are second, third generation Latino dominated. Ed O'Keefe talked about the growth of Latino men on the Republican side, and they are tilting over toward Trump. And because of the economy, because of high inflation, and some of them do talk about border security, but that economic inflation number and feeling that pinch is really what's driving that all the way across. You can even argue it in Florida along that I-4 corridor, the Puerto Rican vote. You saw them come eventually aligned under Trump. They were not affected by those, kind of those Madison Square Garden components. And I think expect that in the suburbs.
What's the new race
My
alert?
reporting says they are coming out for Trump as well.
Leslie Sanchez, thank you. And we have a race alert at this hour.
Oh, Lord.
Rates North Carolina as lean Republican. And so while the vote count is still coming in, our CBS News models indicate this race leans Republican for Donald Trump. Remember, this was the one of the 7 battlegrounds that he won.
J-Mo, I can't take it. I got too much anxiety. I cannot with this.
Well in the rural areas.
I swear to God, like this
North
is too much for me.
Carolina.
I can't
You
handle
could
this.
argue North Carolina was a must-win for Donald Trump tonight, and we rate it as lean Republican at this hour while it is still early in the night. Let's go now to Major Garrett to explain why.
So lean Trump for North Carolina. How did that happen?
Please do. Tell me.
Remind ourselves 5 visits by the former president to North Carolina in the closing week of this campaign, underscoring its importance as the Trump team looked at the electoral map of the country. So here we have 86% of the vote in. This is the actual vote as it has been tabulated. Here is our estimate of where this will land when all the votes are counted. 51.7 for Trump, 48.3 for the vice president. Where is the outstanding vote? We still see some outstanding vote there. But again, the numbers keep getting smaller and smaller. Mecklenburg, yes, there's vote out there, but
all those rural
it's simply not manifesting itself in the way that the vice president needs if she's going to prevail in North Carolina. Our
This shit
estimates
is stressing me out.
suggest she needs 59% of that outstanding vote. And we project, when it's all said and done, and Nora, you joined me over here. Great to have you back at the wall. 48%. So that's a big gap. 59% she needs. 48% is our current estimate based on outstanding vote, historical patterns, and exit poll data.
So you heard Robert Costa's reporting that Jen O'Malley Dillon has now sent out a memo. She's a campaign manager for Vice President Harris and says they still believe that the blue wall is the ultimate way to win. It's close in Pennsylvania. It may take a couple days to get the vote there. Michigan, it looks
Gigz, this is just really stressing me out right now. I just cannot with this
but
election.
We were talking, and I heard you on the other room because you guys are on the other side of the wall about Arizona. So let's go to Arizona.
Yes, because this is my thing. Because
I think I need like a drink and a blunt.
If she loses that, she has to win Arizona. So what is happening in Arizona?
So here we have 51% of the vote in. That's where the total is currently. This is our estimate. We have it at 50.3 to 49.7. How does that compare to 2020? We remember how close it was. That's overperformance of Joe Biden. Things presently look good in Arizona. And
for the Democrats.
For Kamala Harris. Here's where the outstanding vote is. Maricopa County. Let's be specific. How much vote is still outstanding? Maricopa County. More than 1 million votes. Maricopa County in 2020 accounted for 61% of the statewide turnout. Let's go down to Tucson's Pima County. How much is outstanding? 273,000. So let's go back to that basic question.
Okay, it's a
What does
possibility.
Kamala Harris need in Arizona to prevail? 50%. What do we have a current estimate of her projected ability to retain or achieve from the outstanding vote? 51%. All.
So Gigz, did you vote?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit! Did you vote for Trump?
I don't reveal my political.
I mean, please do share with the audience. Don't everybody want to know who Gigz voted for?
No, they don't. They just want to make sure that whoever they voted for won. So.
Oh, you must have voted for Jill Stein.
Cornel West.
There you go.
Right, RFK Jr.
Okay. Let's go into this.
Okay.
If Kamala doesn't win,
who?
Why?
Because the black man did not vote for her.
Doesn't win.
But why don't black men vote for her? I think that's his question.
I'm still trying to figure out.
No, I just want to know why, period. I mean, what was it? My thing is, what was it about her that didn't make her more of a appealing? I mean, I done heard the rhetoric saying that she don't seem real. They think that she's fake, that she kind of panders, that that she wants to act black, but you hear comments of like her mom cooking greens in the bathtub and stuff like that, and all that rhetoric. So, and this is like a lot of people just like, I don't know.
So they were.
I know about a lot of people.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying so they would rather vote for the alternative. Like from what I heard was that, Trump did a lot for the black community and he gave us money. And I'm like, really? Seriously? Y'all still hung up on this?
And a lot of people don't. And a lot of people don't realize that he didn't give you money.
He did not.
Well, here's a problem that I can say I had with Kamala. And I have problems with both candidates. So let me make that perfectly and abundantly clear. I have issues with both candidates. But to your question, why the issues that I have with Kamala, she can't answer questions. I didn't like the fact that they hid her from us. Like when they decided to make her the nominee for the Democratic Party, they hid her. They didn't allow her to answer questions because, and then even when even the Democrats brought the fact that she's not, until the Democrats started basically like, okay, you need to get out here and do interviews, because she wouldn't do interviews. She refused to do interviews. She wasn't answering questions. And then when she does get out there and answer questions, like she's deflecting the whole time. She's more concerned about what Donald's doing instead of telling us what she's going to do. So if you want to just have points on her politics as far as the job that she's doing, those would be some of my main problems with Vice President Harris.
So when people say things like that, a couple of things. One,
Yeah,
she's not
I
the president
think,
of the United States. That's number one. So she don't have the power to do what Biden can do. Two, she still works for that man. She can't throw the entire administration up under the bus. Three, she was new. Donald Trump had 4 years to run his candidacy. She had what, 90 days?
But that again, okay.
And of course, you don't want her to put her foot in her mouth coming out of the start gate. She didn't even have her policies and stuff even shaped. So you can't just put somebody out there when they don't have their footing on the ground. So
whose fault is that, though?
Huh?
Whose fault is that, though?
What do you mean? Whose fault is what?
That's me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like whose fault is okay. You're saying that she didn't have her footing. She didn't have her policies. She's you're putting someone, and this is a rare occasion, Tony, where you have the VP of the sitting president essentially running right after him. That's not usually a This is an unprecedented situation.
Correct. So if she would have had something already together, then people would have questioned did she know? This is how you know that she did not know that Biden was not going to run, was going to drop out. Had they had a conversation before, she could have had more time behind the scene to create and focus and shape her policy and get herself together. But because she didn't know, nobody knew, they were just, anticipating that he was going to run. So genuinely, she did not have enough time to get herself together. So the team, her advisories and all of this other type, her managers, different things. Yeah. Don't say nothing. Let us man this ship. Let us get you to the finishing line. And I think that she would have just came out of the gate, started talking and doing all of this stuff that, you and other folks wanted her to do, she wouldn't be at this particular junction, far as her numbers in the race.
But that's my point, though. And that's been my biggest issue with the Democratic Party, which is why I don't support either party. I'm independent. So let me just put that out there. But the thing is that when you look at the Democratic Party, let's just go with the facts. Mm-hmm. You have a sitting president who we as Americans can clearly see is not with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you keep telling the American people, oh, he's fine. He's okay. He's falling off bicycles that's not moving. He's tripping up the stairs. He's shaking hands with people who aren't there. I mean, any other situation, you would say, hey, we got to get granddad into a home. So my thing is, you're still allowing this man to run the country. When at that point, as a Democratic Party, you should have invoked the 25th Amendment and said, Kamala Harris, you take over. The reason why you didn't do that is because, let's face it, you knew she wasn't ready. So reason she wasn't ready. So here's my thing is, so if you knew that, and then
she wasn't at all.
So then now all of a sudden, Joe decides, once again, this looks bad, just looking at the optics of it all. Then you have Joe Biden, who makes his announcement that he's no longer running. He's running for president again. Oh, I'm fit. I'm going to run. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, on a tweet, not to the American,
it wasn't out of nowhere.
He out of nowhere.
It wasn't out of nowhere. He took some time. He was that everybody knew
everything
that he was
takes time
thinking
for
about
Joe
it.
Biden.
Right. And
but listen,
during that time, he had COVID
45
too.
minutes.
So
but
it didn't come out of nowhere though. So
my whole thing is this, Tony. Like you're proclaiming that you're going to run for president. You're fit as a fiddle, and then all of a sudden you're not. You announce it on Twitter. You didn't do it to the American people initially. And then when you do make the statement to the American people, it's like, okay, now, of course, people have questions. Why aren't you running? Once again, the Democratic Party is avoiding it. And I understand some things could be HIPAA. And I understand it's medical issues. But once again, as an American citizen, you have to ask yourself the question. And we see what's going on. And you keep telling us that he's fine. So then now all of a sudden you have Kamala that you want to push up and prop up, who you know is not ready. You just admitted that, okay, she didn't have a plan. She didn't have this. She doesn't have this. So it's just like, okay, so.
But what presidential candidate is ready? Trump don't have a plan. He got a
let's be really.
And he had been president before.
Yeah, but at least, okay,
and then
he have a track record for him, at least.
But then, he ain't that young either. And he has some mental issues himself. That man is unwell. And so for anybody to be on Team Trump.
Based on what, though?
The last 4 years of what we saw him do, the things that he spoke, his misogynistic views, just xenophobic, all these different things. This man is not for black people. And I just do not understand how a black person can sit up here and vote for this man. I just don't see it. He is a complete racist.
How can you say what? How can you say
he is a racist? This is the man that bought the front page of the New York Times to put those 5 guys in jail, telling them all that they should be executed. That's the same guy that didn't want to rent his apartments to black people.
Again, where's the racism?
For somebody that hang out with Ku Klux Klan members and best friends with them, I consider them a racist. If it looks like a dog and bark like a dog, it is one. I'm not sure how you not seeing that he is not a racist.
Because you have to, because if you're going to call someone a racist, you have to do it based upon the definition of the word.
And the definition, what's your definition of the word? Because I would love to hear this.
The definition of the word racist is a person who hates one. So that's the first point. You have to hate or think you are superior to another solely because of their race. So in order to do that, you have to prove that happens. So if you're talking about the 5 men in New York, okay,
he still has not apologized for that.
Huh?
He still hasn't apologized for that.
Okay, that make him an asshole. That doesn't make him a racist.
That man is a racist. For somebody to sit up there and call the vice president of the United States an idiot, or what was those other terms that he used for her?
Man, where's the race? Like, you're
seriously?
You're not. Listen, Tony. Listen, I'm for calling anybody anything that they deserve. And here's my example. If I walk up and grab a girl's butt without her consent, did I rape her?
According to the judge, that's the damn near close to the definition.
No. It's not close. Now you're putting your opinion.
No, that's what the judge said. He has been convicted of assault, and the judge said that it was rape.
Now you're deflecting. I'm asking you a very direct question. If I grab a girl's butt without her consent, did I or did I not rape her? Yes or no?
You didn't penetrate her, so it's not rape.
Okay, so rape is based upon the definition of me penetrating.
It's not rape. It's not rape, but you sexually
assaulted.
Exactly. So sexually assaulted is not rape. That's two different classes.
You're treading a thin line, and you're trying to justify his entire action.
I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not justifying his actions. I'm justifying or I'm defending the fact that you can't call someone something if you don't have proof based upon the definition of the word, and you can't make up the definition as you see fit. It's based upon
well, he did get charged and convicted for assault. So
I would agree with
you got 34 reasons right there for assault. So it's not a one-off.
Right. Okay.
And so not only that, he a racist, he a fraud. We know that. And so many other things. Oh yeah, he absolutely is a fraud. His company is a fraud. He is a fraud.
I don't have, listen, if somebody knows me, I don't have a problem calling a spade a spade.
Yeah,
my thing.
Here for.
Yeah, my thing is, I don't.
But Gigz has a problem of calling Trump a spade. I get it.
No, I don't have a problem calling him a spade as long as it's viable. Just like no one can call, like, if somebody said anything about you, Tony, or JMO, that's not true based upon something. I can't despite, and it has nothing to do with the fact that y'all my people, y'all my brothers. It has solely just to deal with, can you prove racism based upon, and you have to adjust it to the definition of the word. So just like you say with a racist,
so if he wins, and he does absolutely nothing for the black community and treat blacks like dogs, is that going to be enough proof for you?
Oh, he's not. I mean,
if he shows that he thinks that he's superior to blacks, or that he makes rhetoric that says he hates black people, then yes, I will concede to that. But until that happens,
I really hope that you're right. I'm gonna put it right there. I really hope what you're saying is right.
I feel it. I mean, and I know I'm the minority in that, and because a lot of people, and this is the problem I have with people in general, but in this particular instance with blacks. For example, I was at work and I have a white supervisor named Tyler. And this particular young lady, she's African American. She didn't like the way that he was talking to her. Now, I heard the conversation. He said nothing demeaning towards her, but because he didn't like her tone, his tone, she tried to basically play the race card. And that's my problem with things. It's like there's people who are actually suffering from racism legitimately. And then you also have people who want to try to use it at their advantage just because he's white, I'm black, I know I can get it. And the way the tensions are in America right now, everybody uses that as a ploy. And I can't stand it.
Blacks been suffering from racism for over 200 some years.
I understand. Oh, 400.
And
Over
racism
400.
is, I'm not sure what America that you're in, but racism is very prevalent today as it was back then.
I don't disagree that racism still exists. That's not my point. My point is that I want people to actually, if you're going to say it, you have to prove things. Much like with Kamala Harris, it's like, okay, if you're going to run for an office, you have to be prepared. So my thing is like, granted, I understand the circumstances, but this is a results-based world. And at that point, you have to you can't come to the table and just say, well, I didn't have a time to prepare. Well, you here now. So what you gonna do?
Give her some grace.
But is that on? But is that on her or is that on the Democratic Party? Because I believe that
both, but more so on the party.
The
Absolutely.
Democratic Party really didn't even want.
They had.
I don't think the party actually really wanted her. It was just the fact.
Joe Biden said that the only way that he would drop out of the race if they put her forward. Who else was going to? Who else would have even gotten close to the margins with Trump in the Democratic Party? Nobody.
And that's the party. Then that's the party's fault because if that party that party should have 4 years ago. That party should 4 years ago started up with a plan. Was like, okay, we don't know about Biden. We don't want her. Let's have somebody that we could groom or whatever.
They had nobody. Who did they have 4 years ago?
I guess they didn't do that, or maybe there was
Cory Booker trying to be Speaker of the House
because the person who they wanted to run. I think they're the person who they. No, I think the person who they wanted to run was that guy that was down in Florida, but who ended up doing something. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look it up later though. And I'll put it in our group chat. I can't remember his name though, but he ended up getting caught in a hotel with some prostitutes, and he was out of his mind. They thought that he was gonna be the next in line or whatever, because they was calling him a junior Barack Obama or whatever. I can't. But that's neither here or there. But I think if anything that has happened, I would put more blame on the Democratic Party before I would put it on Kamala. They just decided to go with her just because, especially when she was able to raise that money, and even though most of that money was raised by Greeks and Divine Nine, everybody threw that money together because. Soon as she did her announcement, she got on.
Yeah, but my thing is this, and that's my whole thing. So it's the party, but I was answering Tony's direct question of like, the problem, or I think it was your question. What were the issues with Kamala? And that was my issues with her because those are the things that she was out front. However, due to the Democratic Party, I agree that the Democratic Party was very ill prepared for this. And that's my whole point. They've been dropping the ball for a while. And then, like I said, it's hard for me to, I'm not saying,
I'm confused by that. So the Democrats been dropping the ball and the Republicans been picking it up?
I'm saying that the Republicans have actually had a plan that they've actually
They did not have a plan.
they've
Donald
been
Trump.
systematic.
Please tell me, Gigz, what was the
No,
plan?
I don't think.
Because there was not one. That wasn't a plan.
I don't think that I don't think the Republicans had a plan. But what I did notice is that even though that most Republicans don't even like Trump, they're not going to step over their party line. They're going to be like, all right, we hate Trump, but Trump running as a Republican, I'm gonna go with the Republicans.
Not true.
Here's
not
my
true.
thing. Here's my thing. If you are going to have your party, and this is why I said the Democrats have dropped the ball, because you knew a while ago that Joe's mental capacity was failing, and you had no one that you had waiting in the wings, or you were really, or that you could really have to take over for him. And then once he got to the point where he's like shaking hands with the air, you're still like, okay, and you're still not admitting that he has a problem. When we as the American people, like, you have to answer for that.
I believe that they did, and everybody
What
has
was the
gaffes.
answer?
He's old. Donald Trump has a lot of gaffes too. So
What the answer?
so my thing is that both of their asses should have got out of the race, don't you think? Because Donald Trump got just as many issues as Joe Biden, and they both old as hell. So how come Donald Trump couldn't drop out and let JD Vance run?
Because Donald Trump is not shaking hands with the air and falling up the
Donald
steps.
Trump is doing a whole lot of other shit.
But my thing is, that's
at
just
it
a person.
online.
What I'm saying is, when you're exhibiting that you don't have, like, Donald Trump has been Donald Trump before he was even president. When he was running, what was that shit, that his reality show? Like, we knew Donald Trump. We knew who Donald Trump was when Obama was in office, when he was asking for Obama's birth certificates. So we're not going to act like Donald Trump hasn't been Donald Trump this whole time. But the problem is with Joe Biden is that when you are the sitting president, you're the commander in chief, and you have your fingers on the nuclear launch codes, I don't want a person who can't figure out if a person is standing there or not.
Well, I don't want a person that want folks to drink bleach during COVID-19.
He was being sarcastic.
No, he was not. See, now you're giving him a pass and you're trying to go hard on Joe Biden. And that's the problem of individuals that are on that side of the spectrum. They want to give Donald Trump a pass and want to throw everybody else up under the bus.
I know
it's
when
true.
No, here's the thing.
Because you have not said not one bad thing about Donald Trump. Everything that he's did is
I already
great to
said
you.
that he's an asshole. Like, here's the thing
Okay,
about
that's
Donald
not a
Trump.
bad thing. That can
What
be
you
used
mean?
as a compliment. But however, his policies and everything that he stands for, so that was good for you, right?
Those aren't his policies, the Republican policies.
No, Donald Trump do not go by what the Republicans want him to do. This is MAGA Republicans. They do not go with the standard bearer of the party. Okay, it has changed.
What is the standard? What do the Republicans stand for?
Republicans used to be conservative. I don't know what the MAGA is, because they definitely not conservative people.
Not used to be, because I'm just saying, what are they now?
There is no Republican Party. It is now MAGA Republican Party. It's Donald Trump's party.
No, but okay.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Republican Party of the old days, it is not the same. This MAGA has taken over it like the Tea Party times 1,000.
Okay, so what do the Democrats stand for?
We stand for democracy.
The Republicans
We stand for the people. We stand for, letting people have the decisions to make their own choices, to love who they want to love. Whatever that they got going on with their doctor, they can make that decision. The Democrats do not take away people's rights like the Republicans.
If you're referring to, okay, so what rights are you saying that they're taking away?
They already took away abortion for females, for women's right.
No,
Abortion.
they're saying that they left it because people, especially the Democrats,
I want to
said
know
they
what people. Go ahead.
the Democrats don't want big government in their personal affairs. When we reversed Roe versus Wade,
Yeah.
they put the responsibility on the individual states. That's why it's on the ballot. So for your particular state, if you live in New York and you say, hey, we want women to have the right to have abortion, go do it. It's on you. It's your state choice to do it.
That does not make no sense. The Democrats did not want that. That is a Republican talking point that they've been saying that shit for the last 6 months. The Democrats did not want Roe versus Wade to be overturned in the Supreme Court. So
No,
you got
what
to
I'm saying,
you
they
got to
don't
come up with
want
something
big-
better than a Republican talking point, because
What I'm
that's not
saying
going to
is-
get it.
That's not what I said. I said they did not want big government in making.
You saying that the Democrats did not want
Correct.
big government? That is not true. So it is the Republicans that are against big government, and the Democrats, they want regulations. So it can't be that the Democrats wanted a downsize of the government, and so they handed it over to the states. That's not true.
Why would so hold on, my computer's acting cool. Okay, so if that be the case, then if they can't say that they don't want the government to make their choices for them, but Roe versus Wade is the government making a choice for them.
Okay, the same thing far as with the voting rights. There are some things that legislatively that the government has to enact in order for people can have, so they can have their choice, their decisions. You got to leave that where it's at. It has to be the law of the land. You cannot leave it over to the states. So this state can do it this way and that state can do it. No.
Voting, yes.
No, the states that as far as voting, the people
That
don't
makes
even choose the president. It's the electoral college. So no.
Well, I'm saying voting. It makes sense to make things like a uniform.
We did not vote on
excuse
voter
me real
law
quick.
for the United States. Went back in what was that? The late 60s, early 70s.
Excuse me real quick, fellas. We got people in the House of Sing group asking where to view it at because they want to come in.
Oh shit. Where's that? They want to come in on the show?
No, they want to view the show.
Oh shit. You got to
Or watch.
Watch. That's what I mean. They want to view the show.
Let's do it like this. Let's see where we at. All right, I put it there. But interesting take to Gigz. I'm around, I feel you. We can agree to disagree. But
yeah, I mean, like if you want to talk about Donald Trump being like, what are his bad parts? Yeah, is he a narcissist? Absolutely. Is he like I said, is he an asshole? 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, can he be reckless? 1,000%. Like, I don't disagree with his flaws. And that's, has he been convicted of fraud? Yes. So is he a fraud? Absolutely, because he's been convicted. So I stand by
figure out.
I stand by those
Trump's
things.
Website.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to trump.org because I'll go with you, Gigz, if you can tell me what the hell is his plan for us for the next 4 years should he be elected. Where are we going? Because I'm looking, fuck the border. They never,
Why?
you know what I'm saying? They're never going
Why?
to. they're never going to secure that border. That is
Why
a
not?
talking point because it
We
has
had it
not been
before.
secured since. No, we did not. He built a what? A wall. A
No,
wall.
no. I'm talking about way before.
No,
Trump
we've
was
never
up.
had secure borders here in the United States.
Not the way that we have now. Not the way that people are coming in here
Yes,
now.
we have. It has always been open like that. You tell me one time where these borders have been secure when nobody was flowing through.
No, I'm not saying like nobody. I mean, obviously, like there's always going to be like those exceptions to the rule. I'm just saying like the way that people have been able to come in as of late, like the whole fentanyl epidemic that we've had, it's coming from Mexico, all those foreign countries in South America.
The only reason why they even complaining about the fentanyl because it's running havoc in the white community. What were they at when crack cocaine was in the black community and it was coming from Mexico? It wasn't no damn outcry about that. So all of a sudden that their poor Johnny and Susie B is dying from fentanyl and they want to raise hell over the cartels bringing it over here.
Well, it's not just.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I understand. Like, yes, they did bring the crack epidemic in the 80s.
I don't think that you do. To be honest, I really don't think that you understand. I think that your political lens is very one-sided.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm still looking for his plan on his website, and I'm not seeing anything because I just want to know what do I have to look forward to for the next 4 years should he win this election. Shall we read these, J-Mo?
Go ahead. Knock yourself out, sir.
All right. It's 20 of them. They're very short. So, it looks like, it ain't really about nothing. Okay. Seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. Wow. How are you going to seal the border? Good luck. Carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. Who's getting deported? Because the damn show ain't just going to be Latinos and Hispanics. Okay. End inflation and make America affordable again. Inflation is on the downturn. So, and a lot of that shit had to do with Donald Trump before he left office. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturer superpower. Good luck, because when he was in office, a lot of plants shut down. Plants that he said that he was going to open up, that never happened. Large tax cut for workers and no tax on tips. Yeah. Okay. Defend our Constitution or Bill of Rights. I don't even think he's ever even read the Constitution. Prevent World War III. Restore peace in Europe, in the Middle East, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country. We already have that. End the weaponization of government against the American people. Yeah, but this is the same man that wants to use the government to as a weapon to his political opponents. Rebuild our city, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. Keep the U.S. dollar at the world's reserve currency. Fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts. Cancel the electric vehicle mandate. Cut federal funding for any schools punishing critical race theory. Oh, wow. Keep men out of women's sports. Deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college. So he wants to deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college and campus safe and patriotic again. Secure our elections, unite our country by bringing it to a new and record level of success. Okay. We shall see. All right, let's tune back into this little live and let's see what they're talking about.
Trump is winning with new voters by 7 points. Here you see him win with new voters by 21 points in North Carolina. So those are some of the exit poll numbers that give us an insight into why he won North Carolina.
Nora, I'm listening to you, John, and I am thinking about some of the things that we have heard over the course of this campaign, and you'll have to forgive me on some of these, but from the former president, the vulgarity that we've heard talking about Arnold Palmer. We all remember that comment and the locker room and doing all the Joe Rogan podcasts and the Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt off at MSG and all of this. I think
gesticulating with the microphone.
The gesticulation with the microphone. That so much of America went, I'm sorry, what is happening? How is that possibly going to appeal to people? And what we're seeing tonight is that it actually
is appealing to a lot of people.
Many people, to many of the male supporters, particularly who sat in MSG and cheered it on. And that was particularly a very bro-y feel, a very dark rally that we all talked about in the wake of it. And the question was, is this going to help Trump expand his base? And what you just said right now, it actually very well may be.
He won bros in North Carolina by 21 points.
I just want to point out, we may be able to show this. In the popular vote right now, Trump has over 59 million and Harris has over 55 million. So he is currently winning the popular vote. When we come back, polls close in Hawaii, and we will continue to follow the latest results. You're watching CBS News, America Decides, Election 2024 coverage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, that's where it's at right now. Trump is leading the national or the popular votes and electoral college vote. What say you, J-Mo?
I'm at a complete loss for words. I don't even know. I'm not numb, but I'm definitely at a loss of words. It's just like, I mean, regardless, at the end of the day, we as a people, and I'm talking about not the people of America, I'm talking about of this race, African Americans, whatever, we're still going to have to do whatever we got to do for our children and our family and our community. I mean, we can't let whatever this be the be all end all. I mean, I know a lot of people, and I even joked about it, said, hey, move to another country or whatever. But at the end of the day, whatever you're planning to do, we still got to take care of one another and take care of our families. So, I mean, let's just go with that. Do I like the results that I'm seeing so far? No, I don't. Also, I mean, I wasn't the biggest Kamala fan. I mean, because I just thought that she just didn't show enough or whatever. And I actually really think that last debate, or not even the debate, the town hall that she had, I think that was with Charlemagne or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when she couldn't really answer questions, I think that's what I really think that what did her in.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, I'm not about to be on my CNN and be like Van Jones and start tearing up and start crying. But
not gonna do
I
that.
mean,
I just hope that what happens, hey.
But yeah, at the end of the day, man, before we all go to bed, man, we just gonna say our prayers, man. We know we'll never know what's gonna happen, man. We're gonna just say, as the church say, God got the final say, man. We're just gonna leave it at that, and then whatever the outcome it is, hey, the one thing I will say about us, we know how to adapt to any situation.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a hard.
And we just know how to go from there.
Right. Well, with that, J-Mo, I'm going to let that.
Oh, definitely going to be it's definitely going to be hard.
It's going to be real hard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for joining us on tonight for this special election watch night. I know some of us got to go to bed because we got to go to work in the morning. We still got to make that donut to pay them bills. We appreciate y'all as always. Make sure that you hit that like, subscribe button there. And tune in with us weekly on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. We'll be back on our regular schedule starting next week. You got any questions, comment, concerns, you can always inbox any one of us, or you can email us at info@syncdetroit.com. All right. Next week, we got a really good special guest. I got one of my bros from Geometry that's a singer. So I'm trying to get him to send us his song so we can listen to it before we put them out there. Make sure that it sound good.
Okay. Sound like a plan.
Sound like
definitely
a plan.
sound like a plan. Yes,
all right,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Until next week, we'll see y'all soon.
See y'all soon.